All right, so Anna, this is really Anna's favorite thing.
Uh-oh.
Okay? We're talking about the correct usage of the ground when we hit golf shots. All right, and I know this is not a bunch of tour players or anything yet, but this is something that makes a huge difference. So I'm gonna come over here to Sam's area, all right? And let's think about if I was going to toss a ball, like throw a golf ball. If I was gonna toss a ball, say sidearm, like I'm skipping a stone, right? So that action, what happened was, I kind of turned back and shift weight into my back foot, and then I shift weight into my front foot. Before I'm even done bringing my hand back, I turn through and flip that ball, flip that stone if I was skipping a stone, right? If I was gonna throw a ball overhand, pressure goes back, forward, through, okay? So every time I'm throwing a ball, and if I was gonna swing a baseball bat, pressure goes back, forward, through. So I'm always moving pressure into the ground ahead of where my stick is or where my ball is. So when I make a golf swing, and we've all, how many people here have been on our pressure mat to see what your pressure looks like? Like half of, a lot of you, more than half of you, okay. So that pressure moves into the back foot, and then it moves into our front foot on the way through. Okay, so it looks kind of like this. But how much pressure could you really see from where you're standing? It's hard to describe it, hard to quantify it, which is why that pressure mat is really so nice, right? So one of the things that we do to help people get a feel for that, and Anna, do you remember what else this helps us with? What other part of our game, we call it the sequence, remember that? Remember exactly what we called it? The kinematic sequence. So kinematic is like kinesiology, like the way that our body kind of works, right? So if I'm using the ground correctly and my pressure moves into my back foot and then into my front foot, my body also fires muscles and rotates and moves in a way that's the correct sequence. So a lot of times we'll see people who hit golf shots where instead of their pressure moving back and then pressure moving forward, they may just come back here and not even move a lot of pressure in their back foot. And a lot of times in their downswing, they tend to start their downswing kind of this way. Now the trouble with that is that shot went straight, it got up in the air, so a newer golfer might just think they're onto something. Oh, I just need to practice that. But we know that I'm gonna have a hard time getting a lot of distance and I'm not going to consistently strike the ball while doing that. Right? So we want to use the ground the right way, and we also want to have the correct sequence happening. So one of the things that we do is we do the, what drill do we call it? Baseball? Kind of, or the Happy Gilmore drill, I call it that, right? Where we kind of go back here and we get used to that front foot coming off the ground and landing to help that sequence start. So I want my shoulders to start the backswing and my hips to start the downswing. Okay? Now I don't feel like I struck that super solid, but if this is the best way to literally play by picking your foot up, then everyone would play that way. But I would really love it if we could get a sense of the pressure moving into our back foot. Now how do I know the pressure got in my back foot? How do you know for sure that I just got pressure in my back foot? Because my lead foot came off the ground. Yeah. So I'm going to make a practice swing. And ideally that lead foot's going to hit the ground just before we complete our backswing. Now there's a timing element to that too. So what I want to do is when we all get ready to get on our mats, I want everyone to start off with little swings with a pitching wedge and just let that lead foot come off the ground. And then after a while we're going to hit some shots that way. So I barely got that lead foot off the ground. but I did get it off the ground, so I know I got pressure into the back foot. Now, what's our indicator to know that we got all of our pressure into our front foot? What can we do? What were you gonna say? Yeah, and Anna was doing it. At the end of our swing, we tell the kids, at the end of your swing, can you tap your toe? Now, you could do that. You could fail to transfer weight and then do this, right? So we don't really want it to be that way, but believe it or not, we work with kids all the time, and we just ask them to tap their toe at the end of their swing, and it usually works out pretty good. So I know this sounds like a junior golf class, but let's do that. Let's pick up that front foot, then tap our back toe. Just to get used to using the ground the right way. All right? Make sense? Okay, let's get to it.